on the phone, but I'm not gonna mention him. In my monologue, hey Joe, I'm doing real well.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. No one writes a breakup song better than Taylor Swift. Just ask Jake Gyllenhaal. The world-famous singer sent fans in a frenzy after dropping a re-recording of the album Red, sharing all of the highs and lows of each of her relationships through her lyrics. Her heart-wrenching version of the celebrated song All Too Well drew extra attention though, with obvious hints towards one of Hollywood's most famed actors. Let's take a look at Jake Gyllenhaal's first public appearance since Taylor Swift's All Too Well video came out. But first, make sure to subscribe to our channel with the notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of our latest videos. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 5. Taylor Swift's current relationship. Over the past few years, Taylor Swift has gone to major lengths to keep her latest relationship private, mainly because of the negative backlash she received from her breakups with Tom Hiddleston and Calvin Harris. America's Sweetheart has reportedly dated a long list of Hollywood celebs, including Joe Jonas, Taylor Lautner, Corey Monteith, and Harry Styles. Currently, it's said that she's dating British actor and model Joe Alwyn, whom she reportedly met 4 years ago, but the two have hardly ever been spotted together except a handful of times. So how did Taylor manage to keep such a tight lid on a relationship since 2016? Well, for starters, she only flies to London in her private jet. She also avoids stepping out in the public with her beau and refuses to talk about him. Number 4. All Too Well. Taylor might be tight-lipped about her most recent relationship, but the world-famous singer certainly hasn't remained quiet about all of her past love interests, especially Jake Gyllenhaal. But before we get into the details of their relationship and how things ended between them, let's talk a bit about Taylor's much-hyped All Too Well, a short film which was recently released on 12th of November. The breakup anthem of the same name was originally released back in 2012 as the 5th track on Red and was recently re-recorded for Taylor's own version of the album. Based on the song's long-awaited 12-minute version, the short film stars Dylan O'Brien and Sadie Sink playing the roles of lovers as their rocky relationship ultimately falls apart after some heart-wrenching hurdles. Besides the obvious appreciation from fans, critics too gave the All Too Well film positive reviews, stating it proves how Taylor Swift is more than just an incredible singer. She's a gifted storyteller as well, and her ability to touch and transform hearts with intimate cinematic lyrics is quite praiseworthy. Number 3. Taylor's most talked about ex. Although Jake Gyllenhaal and Taylor Swift only briefly dated for 3 months back in 2010, the singer had a lot to say about their breakup as she indirectly narrated the timeline of their romance through the latest version of All Too Well. If it wasn't obvious enough, things took a sour turn in the couple's relationship when a 20-year-old Taylor was completely blindsided by Jake, who was 29 at the time. Apparently, he ended things with her over a text message saying that the 9-year age gap was just too much for him. Besides being the inspiration behind All Too Well, Gyllenhaal is also said to be the topic of Taylor's other songs like We Are Never Getting Back Together, State of Grace, and The Moment I Knew. Number 2. The Knit Scarf. Undoubtedly one of the most crucial elements in Swift's All Too Well video is the bright red knit scarf that viewers see right from the beginning when Sadie's character takes it off and hangs it over a banister. Later on, it's hinted in the song's most famous lyrics that the old scarf was apparently worn during the first week of Taylor and Jake's relationship, and he kept it with him even after the breakup. So the scarf imagery hasn't been the only focal point in Taylor's version of Red, but also started a whole new demand from fans. They flooded Twitter with scarf emojis, saying that it's time for Jake Gyllenhaal to return the accessory. Even if it happens almost a decade later, we're firm believers in better late than never. Number 1. Jake's first public appearance since the video release. It's safe to say Jake's name has been all over the internet since the re-release of Red, yet he's opted to make no remarks. This explains why fans simply went crazy when he finally stepped out and made his first public appearance since the release of the All Too Well music video. The actor presented an award at the 2021 annual Hamilton Behind the Camera Awards hosted by Los Angeles Confidential magazine on November 13th in LA alongside his sister Maggie Gyllenhaal. She was invited to the event to receive the Breakthrough Director honor for her new film The Lost Daughter. It seems like Jake is still playing silent both in public and on social media amid being the subject of speculation surrounding Taylor's music. And that's a wrap, folks. What are your thoughts on Taylor's new All Too Well version and the entire story involving Jake? Do let us know all about it in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and do check out the other 2 videos on your screen. See you guys next time!